And in this lecture I want to briefly talk about something very interesting, and it's stripping down your service into a $5 gig. So what do I mean by this? Okay, so let's say you are a cartoonist, okay, and you wanted to have people pay you to do caricatures of them or cartoon portraits of them, okay. Now you wouldn't charge someone $5 to do that because it's too much work, obviously, okay. So what you could do is, let's say your regular rate is $100 for a caricature. What you're going to do is when you go on Fiverr, you're going to strip down your service into a $5 service. So you're going to pick and choose features that you're going to remove from your service and offer that for $5. And that's exactly what I did in the very beginning on Fiverr. As I said in the first lecture of this course, I'm a web developer, and I didn't want to build websites for people for $5. That's way too cheap. So instead, what I did was I stripped down my web development service into a $5 service, and I had gig extras and attachments and disclaimers and stuff like that to upsell to the buyers to get a more hefty average gig price. So what this does for you on Fiverr is it increases your average hourly rate on Fiverr, because if you're doing a gig and it takes you an hour to do and you only made $4 from that, well, guess what? You're making $4 an hour. But if someone just paid you, $40 total for your gig and it took you an hour to do, you just made $40 in an hour. Okay. Well, not counting Fiverr's 20% that they take. But anyways, so let's look at this gig here for an example. I will draw you one realistic style cartoon portrait for $5. So this is not me, but this is a top rated seller on Fiverr, and you can see here that they do for $5. They're going to give you a pretty nice drawing, right? Well, actually, if you scroll down, you're going to see that they have a bunch of add-ons, okay, and even more down here in the gig extras, okay. So what this person is doing is they'll give you one headshot for $5, a very small file. Okay, but it's going to cost extra $5 to remove the signature, 10 for one half body drawing, 10 for the layered file itself, one if you want a larger size, one if you want to have it for business use, and even it's a bunch of extras that people are going to be encouraged to purchase, because what they actually get for $5 is not much. Now, granted, you will get people who will pay $5 for this and not purchase any of the gig extras, but it's less work for you in the end. You're not going to overwork yourself for a measly $4, and instead you're going to encourage or almost force your buyers to buy your gig extras. Now, you have to get creative with this, but depending on what you do, what you do outside of Fiverr, if you're a graphic designer, a web developer, a songwriter, a musician, anything like that where you can charge for a service, you can actually strip it down and put it on Fiverr for $5 and then have gig extras and add-ons here and there. Now, this is challenging if you're new on Fiverr, because if you don't have at least level 1, you can't include any gig extras on your gigs. So it's challenging. So your goal then should be just to try to get to level 2, which will allow you to include these gig extras and allow people to purchase multiples. So what you can also do is, for example, if you wanted the layer file, you have to purchase 2 more multiples of the gig, so 3 multiples total. You could see something like that instead of making them buy the gig extra. So that's basically it for this lecture, guys. It was really quick and simple. I just wanted to quickly talk about stripping down your service, just giving you an idea of what you can also do on Fiverr. You don't only have to sell a simple service for $5. You can actually just offer something for a lot more than $5. Even though it's called Fiverr, you don't have to sell things for $5. You can sell things for a lot more. I hope that helps a lot, guys.